Welcome back, folks. I gotta get into something with you real quick. This is the Brian Welch video blog, episode 18. We are, able to smoke legally now. That's cool. Marlboro menthols, if you're buying. Listen, I really gotta get into this. Well, first of all, it's become a tradition that at the beginning of the episode, I critique the previous episode. So let's go back to episode 17. I used the phrase, do a little math, like nine times. 9 times. So add all that together. I did a lot of math in that episode. Maybe you did too. I was doing math, you were doing math, we're all mathing. This is a tremendous story, and this just happened to me. This is breaking news here on the BWVB. I am a member of a dating website. This may come as a huge shock to you. Well, it shouldn't. It's OkCupid. I did it because it's free, and one of my roommates recommended it to me, so I'm checking it out. I contacted this girl. This should have been a sign. Her name is Challenge, but the E's are 3's. I don't know. Maybe she's a Dale Earnhardt fan. Who am I to judge? Dale, Dale's a good guy. And so it's like there's a section that's like, what, it's the first thing people notice about you. She says, I'm tall. 5'11 and a half. Now, I'm 5'9 and a quarter. I measured recently. That would be, to very specific, like, football statistics. 5'9 and 1 quarter. And so I was like, I messaged her and I was like, hypothetically, see what I did there? Hypothetically, a guy's 5'9 and has decent posture, which is a lie. Too short. And she's like, this is, I've got the here, I'm going to read everything verbatim. That's boring. Nobody likes transcripts. And she says, I think a guy who's confident, who can carry himself is fine. If you're not confident, that's the problem. And I was like, well, I'm pretty confident about my height. I think it's other people that have a problem. I contacted a girl on this website that was like 6'1", and I said basically the same thing. I was like, hey, hypothetically, say a guy's 5'9", on a good day, and aspiring to 5'10", if I may, and she was like, hey, I really like your profile, but I gotta say the height's an issue. And I was like, you're lost, honey. And then I went in and I was like, think about all the massive, and I repeated this for this girl, the massive net saving in natural resources over my lifetime. Just because I'm only 5'9". It's just like less fabric in my clothes. I probably have a lower, daily caloric intake. It takes less gas to move me around in my car or on a plane. I'm like 155, 160. I mean, that saves a lot over the course of my lifetime versus if I was like 6'2" and able to date this like volleyball player that I tried to talk to. Anyway, this girl, she's like, other people have problems about height, but that's their problem. I agree. And then she says, I've dated a man who was 5'6" before. And with that wording, I'm like, did he grow? He was 5'6". I was 5'6" at one point. And then I grew 3 1/4 inches in one summer. No, it took me a long time, a lot of practice. And so I saw this as an opportunity. And maybe this is a problem. Everybody on here is like, oh, I have a great sense of humor. I love to laugh. I love to make other people laugh. You know me. I was like, this is an opportunity. And so this was, all she said was that I dated a guy that was 5'6". And so I jumped on and I was just like, jeez. So we're just going to talk about all your exes now? Do you always bring that up so quickly after meeting people? Meant to be with as much sarcasm as you can pile on it and still be structurally sound, still have the fire marshal sign off that it's safe. The maximum amount of sarcasm. And I want to read this one back to you verbatim because I thought this was sort of funny. I got this while I was at work. I'm not really in the mood to get lip over mentioning someone I had in my past. I'm friends with my exes. It's better than I could say. Sorry if any of you are watching this. It's not personal. We don't talk. I simply left the state. I'm not getting into that with you. I'm not really interested in talking to you, period. She wrote period, and then there's a period. 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 That's just flat out rude. I thought it might help ease your mind that I really don't judge. RRUELY. That, believe it or not, that was my biggest problem with the whole message. I don't know what it means when she really don't judge, because I really am judging her right now. You really pissed me off. Sorry, not my words, hers. I apologize to some of the younger, more sensitive listeners. Don't message me again. Oh my goodness! Turns out, everybody thinks I'm a nice guy. I am the biggest jerk on the internet. I mean, the people that women, the messages that women are subjected to on this website, because it's like, it says, you know, how often a person responds to messages. Everybody I look at, every profile I see, replies very selectively. I mean, these women are being bombarded with all sorts of creeps and all sorts of propositions. And I come in, like, trying to be funny with someone who's like, hey, I love, you know, having a good sense of humor. And, oh my goodness, she goes nuclear on me. And it's funny because it's like, I was a little hurt, like my heart is kind of racing thinking about it, like, oh my gosh, like I've really irritated somebody. But then it's like, you know what, it's your fault. And I think we both learned something from this. I'm no good for her. She's no good for me. I tried to apologize without sounding a total kiss ass. We'll see. I mean, she's not going to write back. She told me not to write back. So I probably upset her just by doing that. But I was like, hey, you know, take it easy. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Hey, I'm Vinny from Brooklyn. Hey, listen, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, you dumb broad. We'll edit that out later. Derek's like, hey, that's where you crossed the line. Listen, folks, I really appreciate that I can get so personal with you. It makes me feel good. And it makes me feel like I'm not turning into Larry David. Which is a relief, as funny as I think he is. Stay tuned for episode 19, because we're edging up on the 20s, which everything will just be the same. Peace.